Okay, today we're going to talk about 8-5, laws of sines and laws of cosines. And we're going to break this up into two parts. One part today, one part tomorrow. So we're going to talk about laws of sines. Our objective is to use the law of sines and the law of cosine to solve triangles. In this lesson, you will learn to solve any triangle. It does not have to be a right triangle. To do so, you will need to calculate trigonometric ratios for angle measures up to 180 degrees. Okay, so first what we need to do is we need to practice with your calculator to make sure you can key these in and round to the nearest hundredth. So go ahead and key in the tangent of 103, and you're going to get a negative number. Make sure you round that to the nearest hundredth. So the tangent of 103 degrees is approximately negative 4.33. The cosine of 165 degrees is approximately a negative 0.97. And then the sine of 93 degrees is going to be approximately 1.00. Okay, law of sines. For any triangle ABC with side lengths A, B, and C, the sine of A, okay, so what you're doing is you're taking the sine of this angle and putting it over the segment opposite and making a proportion with any of the other angles. The sine of B over the opposite, B, or you could use the sine of angle C over the opposite. You can use the law of sines to solve a triangle if you are giving angle, side angle, 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 side, or side, side angle. Okay, so let's apply this. We need to find FG. FG is right here, so let's put an X right there. Okay, so the angle opposite that is H. So you can take the sine of angle H, put it over FG, and write a proportion. The other angle we have is F, so take the sine of F. The segment opposite F is GH. So then let's substitute in. You have the sine of 32 degrees over what we're solving for here equals the sine of F, which is 39 degrees, over 40. Do your cross product. So FG times the sine of 39 degrees equals 40 times the sine of 32 degrees. Then what you need to do is you need to divide both sides by the sine of 39 degrees. And therefore, FG, now class, what you need to do is you need to key all this in your calculator at once and round at the very end. So take 40 times the sine. Actually, I'd put that in parentheses. I'd put 40 inside parentheses times the sine of 32 in your parentheses, divide by the sine of 39 degrees. And you're going to get approximately 33.7. Okay, now what we're going to find is we're going to find the angle measure of Q right here. So let's see what we have here. You can take the sine of angle measure Q, put it over the side opposite, which is 6. Put that equal to the other measure we have is angle P, so the sine of 51 degrees over the segment that's opposite that, which is 8. Do your cross product. So we have the sine of Q times 8 equals the sine of 51 degrees times 6. Divide both sides by 8. So we have the sine of Q equals the sine of 51 degrees times 6, all divided by 8. Now, we're looking for an angle measure here. Okay, because we're looking for an angle measure, we have to do the inverse. So the measure of angle Q is the inverse of sine And then in your calculator, you're going to key in sine 51 degrees times 6 divided by 8. And you should get, we need to round to the nearest degree, so you're going to get approximately 36 degrees. Okay, find NP, round to the nearest tenth, and angle measure if needed. Okay, I'm going to be quiet, let y'all do this one on your own. Okay, on this one, we're trying to find an angle. I've already given you an example, so I'm going to be quiet and let you work this one on your own. Okay, find the measure round lengths to the nearest tenth and angle measures to the nearest degree. Okay, so we need to find AC. And the angle opposite AC is 67 degrees. But notice here, the segment opposite 44 degrees is not given. But we've got the segment opposite angle A. So can we find the measure of angle A? Well, we should be able to. Measurement of angle A, if you take your triangle angle sum theorem, take 180 minus the 67 minus the 44, and you should get 69 degrees. So now that we have the measure of angle A, we can find segment AC. So, take the sine of 67 degrees over AC, put it equal to the sine of 69 degrees over 18. Do your cross product. Divide by the sine of 69 degrees. So AC is going to equal the sine of 67 degrees times 18 divided by the sine of 69 degrees. And you should get approximately 17 7/10. And I believe that's it. This is the start of the next one, which will be the law of cosines, and we'll do that tomorrow. Have a good one, guys.